Hey everyone, in this episode, I got to talk to Rachel Ullmann, who's the executive director of the Given Institute, about how they activate the gifts of young adult women in the Catholic Church, and really about their 2020 forum, which is going on right now. So check out the episode, check out the links in the description, and how you can get involved with the Given Institute, and I hope you all enjoy. Coming up next. Rachel, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Drew. I'm happy to be here.
We are so excited to have Rachel Ullmann on the show. She is a wife and a mother, more importantly, but also the executive director of the Given Institute. And right now, they are literally kicking off the 2020 Given Forum, which, no big deal. Rachel just takes some time out of her day to do this. So we might have to do a whole nother episode on just your time management, and you'll have to teach me how to do that. But for now, for our listeners who haven't heard, could you give maybe the 50,000-foot view of what the Given Institute is? And then more importantly, I'd love to hear, like, for a woman like you who could be a CEO of a Fortune 500 company, what gets you out of bed in the morning and, inspires you to be a part of this movement?
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I'm calling in live from the 2022 Given Forum. We're here at Newman University in the Archdiocese of Philadelphia. And Given is a women's ministry that we offer for young adult women the opportunity for leadership training, faith formation, and dedicated mentoring. So the young adults are actually set to arrive in about 24 hours. What's happening right now at the forum is all of the mentors and volunteers are here. So these are amazing Catholic women, established female leaders, both lay and consecrated, that are preparing. They are getting the soil ready for the young women who are about to arrive. And so young adults ages 21 to 30 applied and were accepted into this year's cohort of leaders. And they're about to be here for 5 days of formation. But ultimately, after the forum, each young adult woman is assigned a dedicated mentor who works with her for an entire year after the forum with personal, professional, and spiritual development, but it's all based around an action plan. So each young adult, when she applied to come to Given, she wrote an action plan. She has a tangible project of what she's going to do with her gifts in the service of the gospel. But to answer your question about waking up in the morning and what motivates me, when I was a little girl, a lot of my parents' friends said when Rachel grows up, she's either going to be a nun or a roller derby queen. And so I have always grown up with high expectations. And I desire to fulfill those expectations. And what I mean by that is I always want to reach my potential. And I have had a call to leadership since I was a teenager. I heard the Lord speak to me directly where he asked me to be a leader for him. And so every day I wake up because I want to serve him, but I want to fulfill what I believe God has asked me to do. And that motivates me every day when I wake up.
No, that's so beautiful. So you touched a little bit about kind of the sequence or the program that the Given Institute brings these young women through, but and the Given Institute has had such a huge success. I would wonder if share with us, what do you think is kind of the secret sauce of why that is? What makes you guys different from just kind of your other generic leadership training out there?
Sure. I definitely know the answer to that question. Our secret sauce is the consecrated women. So, part of the history of Given and ultimately religious sisters founded this mission and this vision. And so, while I currently am the executive director, I have assumed the leadership of an organization that began from their hearts. And so, the quick backstory is that in 2015, Pope Francis had called for the year of consecrated life across our entire world. And here in America, a philanthropic organization approached CMSWR, that's a collaborative of women's religious communities here in the US. And this grant making organization said, hey, in this year of consecrated life, we want to give you a lot of money and we want you to dream big and start something new. And so the very holy, innovative sisters took this amazing opportunity to prayer, and they looked at the landscape of the United States and said, you know what? I don't think that there's an apostolate dedicated to young adult women in their 20s. And so Given was born, right? And so they're our secret sauce. It's their vision, it's their leadership, but ultimately now they serve as mentors and volunteers in our organization. Many of the speakers at the forum this week are consecrated women. Consecrated women are, according to my bylaws, have to chair the board of the Given Institute. So their intimacy with Christ is what sets us apart, right? And they teach us what real leadership is, which ultimately is being a gift of self to others, which means that every single woman can and should be a leader simply by making a gift of self to others.
That's beautiful. I realized when I wrote that question out, I was like, I wonder if she's just gonna say like, yeah, Jesus. Christ is the secret sauce. It's easy.
Well,
But
I
you kinda
think a
it
lot
kinda
of,
is, yeah.
yeah, but a lot of ministries could say that. But at
Sure. Yeah,
Given,
yeah,
I
that's a good
think
point.
we're the only one that has this answer to that question.
That's a good point. That's beautiful. So when so let's say a young adult woman attends the forum, for example, and then
Mhm,
you set her up with a mentor. What does
mhm.
that mentorship look like? So she has an action plan that she submits. You guys approve her for that. She comes to the Given forum. She gets on fire about leadership and being able to serve in the community, or however her action plan talks about it. And then what does it look like as she meets with the mentor throughout the year?
Sure. So here on site at the forum, our mentors are serving in a variety of roles. They're leading small groups, leading spiritual direction sessions, action plan strategy sessions. So the great part is that the young women have the opportunity to meet so many different prospective mentors. We even give them a mentor directory so that they can go up and network with
Cool.
all these incredible leaders. After the forum, we have everyone fill out a survey where they get to request their mentor,
Oh,
right?
cool.
That hopefully is a woman that fits the skills needed for the action plan implementation. But there's a lot of reasons someone might want a certain mentor. It might be they live in the same diocese, so they could get
Sure.
together in person. It might be that they're in the same state in life. They are both married women, so there's a lot of different reasons why we give this time of this in-person networking before we assign the mentor pairing so
Mm,
that the women have a say in who they're assigned to. But the mentoring takes place over an entire year. So after the forum, the pairings are set, and then they meet monthly for about 30 minutes at least. But women usually talk longer than that. But the minimum requirement is a 30-minute monthly meeting for an entire year. So up until the next forum next June in 2023. And those mentoring conversations span spiritual, personal, and professional development. But like I said, they're all thankfully based and always get back to the root of that action plan because we believe that the young women are challenged and held accountable to using their gifts through that action plan. And so women, they don't just come to this mountaintop experience and that's it. They are tasked to do homework afterwards and to go out and
yeah.
do something with what they received here.
And I think that's so important. I mean, probably a lot of our viewers too have been to some type of retreat where, you get on fire, you're excited, and then all of a sudden you get back to the real world and the real world just slams you down and
Yeah,
and you get discouraged. And so to have almost the win phase of the forum to get them excited about that, passionate about that, but then, you have these checkups to help build them and continue this. Uh
right.
yeah, because it's so
Yeah,
so
that's so
so easy.
true.
Yeah.
And we have heard from our returning mentors who are coming back this year that they are receiving just as much as the young women,
Interesting.
right?
Yeah.
Right now, I'm just in the midst of the mentor training with our partner, Dr. Joshua Miller, who's here now leading all of the consecrated and lay mentors in the art of listening skills, empathetic listening, asking open ended questions. These are all skills that these women are not just going to use in their Given mentoring. They're going to
Yeah.
use in their families, they're going to use in their religious communities, they're going to use at the workplace. These are all things that we need to be leaders and to be able to relate to the persons that God places in our lives in an effective way.
That's so beautiful. What are some notable alumni or projects or action plans that you can think of that really just stand out in your mind?
Yeah, there are so many. You can go on our website, giveninstitute.com, and check on the alumni page. But some highlights that I always love to talk about, one young woman named Catherine, she has a heart for persons with dementia. And so her action plan is called Hem of Christ. And she has written curriculum for the ongoing faith formation for persons with dementia, because they're not the population that can just sign up for your Bible study at your parish, right?
Yeah.
This is a difficult diagnosis. And so you can go on her website, you can see the resources that she offers, but ultimately, families can support their family member who is suffering from dementia. And they're not forgotten, right? They can
Yeah.
continue in their faith journey. Another action plan that really stands out to me is Samantha Kelly. She founded Fierce Athlete. So
Mhm.
Samantha was a D1 soccer player in college, and her action plan, and now is her full-time job, is a nonprofit that she founded where she hosts athletic camps for young women, middle schoolers, high schoolers, even some college women. And it's a week long camp with soccer skills, weight training, that type of thing. But she incorporates theology of the body into the camp.
Wow.
And so that is so important, right?
Yeah.
In female athletics, that women are not divorcing themselves from their feminine identity. And Samantha is answering a need in our world right now through her action plan.
Wow, that's so awesome. Man, so beautiful. And we'll leave links to all of those so you guys can check those out as our listeners. But I think the biggest thing that I'd love to talk to you about today is the forum, because I mean we are minutes away from that kicking off, and we're gonna get this video published today. So our viewers, as you're watching this, it will be going on. So, and I looked at the list of speakers, and you guys have, I mean, just a powerhouse of Catholic women, religious and lay women out there, who are doing incredible apostolates that are just, I mean, being able to pour into these young women. So yeah, tell us
Mhm.
about the forum. I mean, what are you excited about this year? Just give us the lowdown.
Yeah, well, the forum's 5 days, so it's a long event, but we purposefully have a theme that takes place on our full days that helps develop and unveil what we hope eventually is the product at the end. So, our threefold theme is to first receive the gift that you are, then to realize the gifts you've been given, and then finally respond with the gift only you can give. That's your action plan, that's your sending forth, right? And so the forum is filled with leadership trainings, keynote talks, power sessions, and we even have prayer workshops, because we believe that to be a leader you need to learn the skill of prayer. To be a
Yeah.
Catholic female leader you need to practice those skills, right? So we're not just learning communication skills and good networking, we also have to learn how to pray.
Yeah.
And so the forum is chock full with incredible formation from amazing Catholic female leaders all over the country. But what I also enjoy about planning the forum is that we're not just cycling the same headliners that you might
Yeah.
see at all the other events. We purposefully raise up the voices of Catholic women that probably haven't had another speaking gig. We
Yeah.
really want our young adults to be able to look on the stage and see someone who represents them and who they want to
Mm,
grow up to be like, right?
yeah.
Who are the role models right there that you can look up and say, you know, I could be her in 10, 20
Yeah.
years. And so we're very intentional about who we select as our speakers, that it's a wide representation of the mosaic of Catholic women, and all of the various personal vocations that God calls us to. So we've got doctors, we've got stay-at-home moms, we've got women in religious life, we've got it all.
Man, I think that's so important too. When you look at some of our Catholic speakers, they seem so, I mean, amazingly far away. Like I could never
Sure.
get to that point. But yeah, when you see these real women that are just out there making a difference, and you inspire people to think that they could be like that. Man, that's so powerful. So that's so cool.
Yeah, and I'll say what I'm most looking forward to at this forum, this is our fourth leadership forum that we've hosted, is that here in the Archdiocese of Philadelphia, we're taking a couple field trips during our schedule. And our very final culminating event is that we're going to the Cathedral Basilica of Saints Peter and Paul, and we're having our closing mass in that beautiful basilica. But what's there is St. Catherine Drexel's tomb. And I am
Whoa.
so pumped that all of us are going to end this event asking for her intercession, a Catholic
Yeah.
female leader who was entrepreneurial, no nonsense, right? And really can inspire all of us to go out and use our gifts in the service of others. So I'm really looking forward to that.
That's awesome. What a amazing saint to have as an intercessor for you guys.
Yeah.
Well, so for our viewers that want to get involved in this, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, it's too late for them to apply and be able to make
Right.
it to Philadelphia by tomorrow. But how can they get involved in the forum and then just in the Given Institute in general?
Yeah, well, we do have one event open to the public. So if you're in the Philadelphia area, you can come in person, but anyone can watch our live stream of June 22nd, Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're hosting our Catholic Female Leaders Celebration. And so it's a 30-minute program where you will get to hear directly from Given alumni about their action plans and how they're using their gifts. And so don't just take it from me. Listen to them directly about how Given has impacted their lives, but ultimately how they have been raised up in leadership. So tune in on June 22nd. But also for everyone who's listening, I hope that I have piqued your interest, that you want to get involved in Given. And so you can go on our website to learn more about all of our different programming. But if you want to come to the forum next year in 2023, our applications open on November 1st. So those are the applications for the young adults, ages 21 to 30, but also for prospective mentors. So anyone who might want to serve our mission as a mentor, you can apply as well starting November 1st.
Awesome. Rachel, again, thank you so much for taking the time. I know that you are an incredibly busy woman, uh, and I just thank you for your leadership and for the apostolate that you guys have there. It's such an important role. Speaking from my wife and I of leadership and just leadership in all forms of life, no matter what your vocation is. We need it. We need this in the world, and so for our listeners, we will leave links in the description for all of this stuff for you to be able to check out. Please check out the Given Institute, all of their social media, their YouTube channel, their website. They have such amazing content and stuff going on. So I don't know, Rachel. Any last thoughts? Any final things? I guess, or maybe how about this? What if you could pray for one thing for your forum participants to be able to get out of this year? What would it be?
I want all of the forum participants, but really for every woman who's listening, to be confident in the gifts that God has given you. And that
Mhm.
is not in line with what secular culture defines as an independent woman. It's a very different theology, anthropology, worldview. What we do here at Given and how we define Catholic female leadership is what I said before, recognizing the gifts that God has given you and going out and using them. And that is self assuredness in who God made you to be. And that is not something that is competitive or at odds with others. It's not in competition with men, it's
Mhm.
not in competition with anyone else around you. It is ultimately being a good steward of who God made you to be and the gifts He gave you. So I hope that all of the young women who come here, that they walk away with that, but also anyone who's listening. Ladies, pray that God reveals the gifts that He has already placed inside of you and then activate them.
Oh man, amen, amen. Well, Rachel, we are praying for the forum, for the Given Institute, for everything out there. Again, for our listeners, please check all of this stuff out. And then we are praying for all of you, our listeners. Until next time. So thank you again, and God bless.
Thanks, Drew. God bless.